Hi, I'm Emmanuel from Sophos Support, and today I'll be going over how to set up social login using Google. I'll cover the configuration within Captive Portal and also demonstrate how to create and configure an OAuth. Afterwards, I'll finalize the configuration in Sophos Central and show what the user experience is like when authenticating. Before continuing, there are a few things you need before you begin. You'll need to create an SSID that you want to use for your hotspot, and if you don't already have one, you will need a Google Developers account. Let's get started. In your Sophos Central account, go to My Products, Wireless, SSIDs. Select your SSID and go to Advanced Settings, Captive Portal, and check Enable Hotspot. Next, enter a page title and welcome text. Under Authentication Types, select Social Login, and then toggle the switch for Google to reveal the fields for the client ID and secret. Next, I'll create and configure an OAuth in Google Developers. Click the Google Developer Console link within the text, or enter the following URL and log in. Once logged in, under APIs and Services, click Credentials, then Create Project. You can give your project a name of your choice, and once entered, click Create. This may take some time to create, depending if you have other projects. Once finished, you'll receive a completion notification. Next, we'll configure the OAuth consent screen. Click on OAuth consent screen. You'll be brought to the OAuth overview page. If this is your first time creating an OAuth, you might be required to configure Google Auth Platform. If that is the case, click Get Started. Under App Information, enter an app name and user support email. For Audience, select External. Click Next, and in Contact Information, enter your email address. Click Next again, and under Finish, select I agree, and click Continue. Finally, click Create. Now, click on Branding. If you haven't already, enter an app name and select the email associated with your account in User Support Email. If you have a logo, you can upload one under App Logo. The fields under App Domain can be left empty. Under Authorized Domains, click Add Domain, and ensure you enter the following domain. Lastly, under Developer Contact Information, enter an email address to be notified about product changes. Once finished, click Save. Next, go to the Clients page, click the Create Client button, and set the application type to Web Application. Now we'll start creating the OAuth credentials. You can enter your own name or leave it as the default. Under Authorized JavaScript Origins and Authorized Redirect URIs, I'll enter the following domain. Note that you can enter any domain, but we recommend that you use https://example.com. Ensure that the domain is the same for both fields. Once finished, click Create. It may take a while for these changes to take effect. After the OAuth has been created, you'll be redirected to the Clients page. Copy the client ID and go back to Sophos Central where your SSID is shown. Paste the client ID in the Client ID field. Go back to Google and click the pencil icon. Next, copy the client secret, go back to Sophos Central, and paste the client secret. Under Domain URL, enter the domain previously entered. In this case, I'll enter https://example.com. Once finished, scroll up and click Save to complete the setup. And with that, you've successfully set up social login using Google. Finally, I'll demonstrate what the user experience will look like when authenticating. In this example, I'll use a Windows machine to connect to the SSID using Google. I'll connect to the SSID and enter the password for the SSID. Under the SSID, I'll click Open Browser and Connect. Next, in the new window, I'll click Sign in with Google. I'll select the Google account I want to authenticate with. Note that if you haven't authenticated before via your browser, you may be asked to enter your credentials and verify your identity. In my case, I'll click Continue since I previously authenticated with Google and the browser has kept the authentication cookie. I'll give your connection is not private page, which is expected. Click Advanced and then click Proceed to. The browser will redirect me to the captive portal page. You can choose to please click here to redirect to custom URL or simply open a new tab. In my case, I'll click the link and a new window will open. And that's how you set up social login using Google. I hope you found this useful. Check out the documentation for this TechVid in the description. For further assistance, view and post questions on community.sophos.com. And go to techvids.sophos.com for more great videos like this one.